Liam opened his eyes slowly, the light piercing and unfamiliar. The last thing he remembered was the sudden alarm on his ship, red lights flashing, and the violent shaking as something struck the hull. Now he lay on soft moss, the air cool and fragrant with the smell of wet plants. Around him, tall trees stretched toward the sky, their leaves glowing faintly in green and blue. It was beautiful, but Liam's heart raced with fear. He had no idea where he was or what had happened to his ship. He tried to stand, but his legs shook from exhaustion. The forest was alive with strange sounds. Birds, or something like birds, called out in sharp, clear notes, and far away, a low hum of machinery or energy vibrated through the ground. Liam took a cautious step forward, brushing his hand against a glowing vine. It pulsed slightly under his touch. He swallowed hard. Everything was so alien, yet somehow alive in a way he had never seen. Suddenly, movement caught his eye. 3 figures stepped out from behind the trees. They were tall, taller than any human Liam had ever seen, with strong, athletic builds. Their armor gleamed under the soft forest light, a combination of metal and material that looked organic, as if grown rather than made. Their hair shimmered like silver and bronze, flowing freely down their backs. Liam froze. The figures stopped a few meters away, surrounding him. Liam raised his hands, unsure if they were hostile. One of them, slightly taller than the others, stepped forward. Her eyes were a deep green, sharp and intelligent, but not cruel. She spoke, and the sound was strange, musical and unfamiliar. Liam tried to respond, but his words were lost in the air. Then the figure held up a small device that lit up in blue. A gentle voice spoke, translating, "You are safe now. Do not move. Do not be afraid." Liam's shoulders relaxed slightly. He nodded, though he still did not fully understand. The 3 warriors circled him carefully, their movements precise and practiced. He noticed the weapons at their sides, but they did not raise them. Instead, they seemed curious, observing him with the same intensity he felt toward them. I'm Liam," he said, trying to keep his voice steady. "My ship, it was attacked. I don't know where I am." The taller warrior nodded slowly. "You are far from your home, human. This world is dangerous for travelers. You are lucky we found you." Liam's heart beat faster. Luck. He had no idea what he had stumbled into. Who are you?" he asked. "We are Nira, Tova, and Kira," the voice said, translating through the device. "We protect our people. You cannot walk this forest alone. Follow us, or you will not survive the night." Though Liam wanted to argue, he knew he had no choice. He nodded, and the 3 warriors turned, leading him deeper into the forest. The path was narrow, winding between massive roots and glowing plants. Liam followed carefully, trying not to trip or stumble. His eyes darted to every sound, every movement. The forest seemed alive, watching him. As they walked, Liam tried to make sense of everything. The last thing he remembered was the cold metal of his ship and the panic of the crew. Now, the soft glow of plants and the strange hum in the air filled his senses. He wondered what kind of world this was, and why it felt almost welcoming, despite its strangeness. The warriors moved silently, their feet barely making a sound on the mossy ground. Liam noticed small details, the way their eyes scanned the forest, the way their hands rested lightly on their weapons, the way they communicated with subtle gestures he did not understand. They were disciplined, strong, and alert, yet they did not seem hostile toward him. After some time, they came to a clearing. In the center was a structure unlike any building Liam had ever seen. It rose naturally from the rock and trees, with platforms and walls that seemed grown rather than built. Light flowed through its walls like liquid, illuminating the area with a warm glow. Liam could see figures moving inside, but they stopped when they noticed him. "This is our village," the device translated. "You will rest here. You will eat. You will be safe. For now." The warriors led Liam inside. The village was unlike any human settlement. The walls and floors seemed to pulse gently, alive with energy. People moved gracefully, some carrying tools, others tending plants that glowed faintly in their hands. Liam's eyes widened. Everything here was so different, yet everything seemed in harmony. Nira, the tallest warrior, gestured toward a platform with soft cushions. "Sit. You are tired." Liam sat gratefully, feeling the exhaustion of the past hours settle into his bones. Tova handed him a small bowl of food, unfamiliar but fragrant and warm. Liam hesitated, but hunger won over fear, and he ate slowly, savoring the taste. It was unlike anything he had known. Kira knelt beside him. "You are far from home, human. This world is not easy. But you are alive. That is important." Liam looked at her, grateful for the kindness in her voice. "Thank you, for saving me." The three warriors exchanged glances, and Nira spoke again. "We did not save you for thanks. You survived where many would not. That alone gives you value. But you must understand our ways. You cannot act as you would on your world. Here, life is precious, and we protect it fiercely." Liam nodded. He wanted to say more, to explain himself, to ask 1,000 questions about this world. But he was too tired. He leaned back, feeling the soft cushions beneath him. For the first time since the attack, he allowed himself a deep breath. He was alive, and for now, that was enough. The three warriors stood around him, silent but watchful. Liam realized then that he was not only a guest but also under their care, their protection. They were strong, disciplined, and unyielding, yet he felt a strange warmth from them, as if they had accepted him even before he proved himself. The night deepened outside the glowing walls of the village. Liam stared at the ceiling, wondering what tomorrow would bring. He did not know what challenges awaited him in this alien world, but he knew one thing clearly: he was not alone. And for the first time in many hours, he felt a small spark of hope. As sleep began to take him, Liam thought of the three warrior sisters, standing watch over him. Nira, Tova, and Kira, names he would remember. They were unlike anyone he had ever met, fierce yet kind, and he knew that meeting them had changed everything. In the soft light of the alien village, Liam closed his eyes, ready to face whatever this world would throw at him. He had survived the crash, he had found help, and perhaps, just perhaps, he had found a new beginning. The next morning, Liam woke to the soft hum of the village. The air was cool and fragrant, carrying the scent of glowing plants and fresh water. Sunlight filtered through the translucent walls, casting soft patterns across the floors. For a moment, he forgot the fear of yesterday. He was alive, in a world that felt strange and new, yet full of life. Nira, Tova, and Kira were already awake, moving gracefully through the village. Their armor now seemed less intimidating, more a part of their daily life. Liam watched them from his cushion, curious and cautious. Each sister had a role in the village, and they moved with purpose. Nira seemed to observe everyone carefully, her eyes sharp and alert. Tova tended the glowing plants, her hands moving gently as if speaking to the living energy inside them. Kira trained with younger warriors, showing them precise movements with her weapon. When Liam rose and stretched, he felt a small twinge of soreness. The crash, the forest, and the fear had taken their toll. Kira noticed and approached him with a calm expression. "You move well for one who has survived a crash," she said through the translator. Her voice was steady, confident, yet kind. I think I am ready to walk," Liam said, unsure if he could keep up with them. "Then you will see more of our world," Nira said, joining them. "But first, you must understand the rules of our village. Here, strength is important, but so is respect. Every life matters. You will learn, or you will find the forest unforgiving." Liam nodded, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. He followed the sisters as they led him through the village. Buildings rose naturally from the cliffs, some carved from rock, others grown from living structures. Bridges connected platforms, and water flowed in channels that glowed faintly, powered by energy Liam did not understand. Children and young warriors moved around them, their movements quick and precise, yet full of grace. Tova stopped by a small garden filled with glowing plants. "This is where we learn patience and care," she said. She plucked a small leaf and handed it to Liam. "Touch it. Feel its life." Liam hesitated but obeyed. The leaf was soft, warm, and pulsing gently beneath his fingers. He felt a strange connection, as if the plant understood him. He looked at Tova. It's alive. Really alive." "Yes," she said. "Everything here has energy. Everything has a purpose. You will learn to see it, human." They continued walking, and Liam began to notice small details he had missed the night before. The way villagers communicated without words, the careful balance between technology and nature, the way every movement had meaning. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. He tried to imagine living like this, where every action mattered. Finally, they reached a large platform at the edge of the village. From there, Liam could see the forest stretching far beyond, glowing faintly in the morning light. Strange shapes moved in the distance, creatures of the forest, some flying, some running on many legs. The sisters stood beside him, silent for a moment, watching the world. "You see why we protect this place," Nira said. "It is not only our home but our responsibility. Outsiders like you do not understand it. You must learn quickly if you are to live here." "I will try," Liam said, feeling both nervous and determined. He wanted to prove himself to them, to show that humans could survive here. Kira smiled slightly. "Then you will begin with training. Strength alone is not enough. You must understand your surroundings and use your mind. The forest tests us in many ways. Today, you will see it." Liam followed Kira to a training area. It was a wide open space with obstacles, vines, and platforms built into the cliffs. Young warriors practiced, leaping from ledges, swinging on vines, and using their weapons with precision. Liam watched, amazed at their speed and skill. "Try the basics first," Kira said. "Move, climb, observe. Use your body, but also your mind. We value cleverness as much as strength." Liam hesitated but then began. At first, he stumbled, tripped over roots, and misjudged distances. The sisters watched, correcting his movements gently but firmly. Nira showed him how to jump with balance, Tova taught him how to use energy in his movements, and Kira guided him in observation, teaching him to notice patterns in the forest. Hours passed, and Liam began to improve. He realized he was learning not only physical skills but also something deeper, a connection to the world around him, a sense of awareness he had never felt on Earth. He felt pride in small victories, like catching himself before falling, noticing a hidden vine, or predicting the movement of a small creature. During a break, Liam asked, "Why do you protect this world so fiercely?" Nero looked at him, her eyes serious. "Because it is life itself. Every being, every plant, every creature matters. We are strong, yes, but strength alone does not make a protector. Understanding and care do. You may come from a world that does not see it this way, but here, we survive because we respect life." Liam thought about Earth, about wars, about humans often ignoring the natural balance. He felt a pang of guilt and determination. Perhaps humans could learn, perhaps he could show them another way. As the sun began to lower in the sky, the sisters led him back to the village. Liam's body ached, but his mind was alive with new experiences. He saw the village in a new light, noticing how each structure, each bridge, each glowing plant had a purpose. He realized that life here was not easy, but it was full of meaning. That evening, the village gathered for a meal. Liam sat with Nira, Tova, and Kira, watching as villagers shared food, stories, and laughter. He could not understand the words, but he could feel the warmth and connection. He realized that despite the differences, there was a sense of community and belonging he had rarely experienced. After the meal, Nira spoke softly to him. "You have taken your first steps. You see our ways. You are human, yes, but you are learning. That is important. Remember, survival is not only about strength. It is about wisdom, care, and courage." Liam nodded, feeling the weight of her words. He looked at the three sisters, feeling respect, gratitude, and a strange sense of hope. Perhaps he could belong here, perhaps humans could shine in ways even aliens could see. As the stars began to appear in the sky, Liam lay down to rest. He thought of the forest, the village, and the warrior sisters. He felt a small spark of excitement for tomorrow. He did not know what challenges awaited him, but he knew he would face them. For the first time since his crash, Liam felt he was not alone. He was part of something larger, something alive, something worth protecting. And the thought gave him strength. The next morning, Liam woke to the soft light of the alien sun filtering through the village walls. His body ached from the previous day's training, but his mind buzzed with excitement. Today, the warrior sisters had promised him a new lesson, something more than just moving and observing. Liam did not know what to expect, but he felt ready. Nira, Tova, and Kira were already waiting outside, their armor glinting in the light. Each moved with grace, every step precise, like a dance. Liam stood, stretching his sore muscles, and approached them. "Today," Nira said through the translator device, "you will face a challenge. This is not about strength alone. It is about thinking, observing, and acting wisely. You must survive and succeed, or the forest will show its dangers." Liam nodded, feeling a mix of nervousness and determination. He wanted to prove himself, to show the sisters that humans could learn quickly and act with intelligence. Tova led him to a clearing with obstacles, vines, and rocks. At the center was a small platform surrounded by shallow pits, each filled with water or strange glowing plants. Liam looked at it and hesitated. "What am I supposed to do?" he asked. "You must reach the platform," Kira said. "But you cannot touch the water. The pits are not safe. You must find the path and move carefully." Use your mind and your body together. Liam studied the area. At first, it seemed impossible. The paths were narrow, and the platform was far. He could easily fall, and the water was cold and strange. He thought about the forest, about the way every movement mattered, and then he took a deep breath. He started slowly, testing each step. At first, he stumbled, almost falling into a pit, but he caught himself. The sisters watched silently, their eyes sharp, noting his movements. Liam realized that brute strength alone would not work. He had to plan, observe, and adjust. After a few attempts, he noticed a pattern. Some vines bent under weight, others held firm. Some rocks were stable, others loose. Liam began to move more carefully, placing his feet where they would not slip. He balanced, jumped, and climbed with attention. His heart pounded with excitement. Suddenly, he heard a low hum, and the water in one pit began to ripple unnaturally. Liam froze. Then, a small drone, almost invisible, hovered above, testing him. He remembered what Kira had taught him: observe first, act second. He waited, watching the drone's movements. When it hovered away slightly, he jumped to the next safe vine. The sisters exchanged glances. Nira's eyes sparkled with approval. He learns quickly, she said softly. Tova nodded. He sees, he thinks, he adapts. Kira's smile was faint but proud. This is what we hoped for. Liam moved with increasing confidence. His muscles worked in rhythm with his mind, each step calculated, each jump precise. When a loose rock threatened to topple him, he adjusted quickly, grabbing a nearby vine to steady himself. The sisters watched silently but with interest. He was human, yet he showed the qualities they admired: courage, cleverness, and quick thinking. Finally, Liam reached the platform. He stood there, breathing heavily, sweat running down his forehead, but a smile spreading across his face. The sisters stepped forward, their expressions softening. You have succeeded, Nira said. But this is only the beginning. The forest, and our world, will challenge you in ways you do not yet understand. Strength alone does not save anyone. Cleverness, courage, and care are what matter. Liam looked down at the obstacles he had crossed. He realized how much he had learned in just a few hours. He thought about the forest, about the village, about the sisters, and a sense of pride and belonging filled him. Kira approached him and extended her hand. You saved yourself, human. That is the first lesson. The second lesson will test how you protect others. Liam nodded, feeling a surge of energy. He wanted to continue, to face every challenge they could give him. I am ready, he said firmly. Tova led him to a small grove where young warriors practiced rescuing small creatures from simulated danger. You must learn to save others, not just yourself, she explained. Observe, plan, act quickly. Lives depend on your decisions. Liam watched as a young alien practiced, using careful steps and quick thinking to rescue a small glowing creature from a trap. He studied her movements, noticing how she balanced speed with caution. Then it was his turn. A small creature, similar in size to a fox but glowing with faint light, was placed in a safe but tricky area. Liam's task was to retrieve it without harming it. At first, he hesitated. The creature moved quickly, its glowing fur brushing against his hands. He remembered the sister's advice: observe first. Liam watched the creature's patterns and waited for the right moment. Then he moved with precision, catching it gently and placing it safely in the designated area. The sisters nodded in approval. "You have done well," Nira said. "Cleverness and care together. That is what matters here." Liam smiled, feeling both pride and relief. He realized that every lesson in this world was about more than strength. It was about understanding, about thinking, about being responsible for others. He felt himself growing stronger, not just physically but in mind and heart. As the sun began to set, the sisters gathered him. "You have shown promise, human," Kira said. "But there is much more to learn. The forest and the world beyond will test you. You must be ready for anything." Liam nodded, determination in his eyes. "I will be ready. I want to learn everything." Nira placed a hand lightly on his shoulder. "Then you will continue. You are not like most humans. You have courage, curiosity, and care. That is why you may survive here." That night, Liam sat under the glowing trees, thinking about the day. He had faced his first true challenge in this world, and he had succeeded. He realized that the warrior sisters had not only tested him but also taught him something profound. Humans were capable of more than strength alone. With intelligence, courage, and care, they could shine even in the most alien places. As sleep approached, Liam felt a new sense of purpose. He was no longer just a visitor or a survivor. He was a student, learning the ways of a world that was strange, beautiful, and dangerous. And he was determined to prove that humans could belong, could excel, and could earn the respect of these warrior sisters. The stars above twinkled faintly through the trees. Liam lay down on a soft moss bed, thinking of Nira, Tova, and Kira, and the lessons of the day. He was beginning to understand the forest, the village, and the sisters. And he knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, new tests, and new chances to show what humans could do. For the first time since his crash, Liam felt not only alive but capable. The forest, the village, and the warrior sisters had become a part of him. And he knew that this was only the beginning of his journey in this strange and magnificent world. The next morning, Liam woke to the soft hum of the village. The light was different today, brighter yet tense, as if the air itself carried a warning. Nira, Tova, and Kira were already moving swiftly through the village, their expressions serious. Liam felt a small knot of unease form in his stomach. Something was wrong. He joined the sisters as they went to the high platform at the edge of the village. From there, he could see the forest stretching far beyond, beautiful but quiet. And then he noticed it, small flashes in the distance, like stars moving low on the horizon. But they were too close to be stars. Liam frowned. "Those are not stars," he said. "What are they?" Nira's eyes were sharp. "Enemy scouts. They are coming for the village. They have learned of our existence and wish to take our world. We must prepare." Liam's heart pounded. Enemy forces? He had faced danger on his ship, but nothing like this. He realized for the first time that the forest and the village, though peaceful, could be violently threatened. Tova placed a hand on his shoulder. "We do not fight alone. But your presence may help us. You think differently from our warriors. That is why we will trust you." Liam nodded, swallowing hard. He felt fear but also a strange sense of determination. He would not run. He would help them. He wanted to prove that humans could do more than survive, they could make a difference. The sisters led him to the central command area of the village. Energy panels pulsed with light, showing maps of the surrounding land. Liam studied them, trying to understand. Nira explained quickly, "We have prepared defenses, but the scouts are clever. They will try to find weak points. You will help us see what we cannot. Liam leaned over the map. He noticed patterns the sisters had not mentioned. Trees formed natural barriers, and small elevations could hide defenders. He suggested, if we lead the scouts toward the eastern cliffs, they will be slowed. We can use the terrain against them. Nira's eyes widened slightly. That is clever. We had not considered it. Tova nodded, impressed. Perhaps your perspective will help us more than we thought. Kira's smile was faint but approving. Then it is decided. You will lead a small team to implement this plan. Liam felt a rush of excitement. He was terrified, yes, but he also felt a sense of purpose he had never known. He followed the sisters as they gathered a group of young warriors. The plan was simple but dangerous: lure the scouts into the trap, use the terrain to slow them, and protect the village. As they moved into the forest, Liam noticed every detail: the position of rocks, the pattern of glowing plants, the way the wind shifted through the trees. He directed the team, suggesting small adjustments to hide themselves and make the path appear open to the scouts. The sisters watched, giving guidance but letting Liam take the lead. Soon, the scouts appeared. Small, fast-moving ships hovered just above the forest, sending low hums through the air. Liam signaled the team to stay hidden and wait. His heart raced as the first scout ship followed the bait he had set. The terrain worked perfectly. The ship slowed, caught in a tangle of vines and small pits. The young warriors sprang into action, capturing the ship's small drones and disabling their energy source. The sisters were impressed. Nira's eyes shone with pride. You have done well, human. Your thinking has saved lives today. But there was no time to celebrate. More scouts appeared, larger and faster. Liam realized this was only the beginning. We must split them, he said. Lead half toward the cliffs, the rest into the valley traps. Use the energy fields to confuse them. The warriors nodded and followed his direction. Liam moved with them, guiding their actions. He dodged small energy blasts, helped a young warrior steady a collapsing bridge, and used his quick thinking to outmaneuver the enemy. The forest, which had seemed peaceful, now became a battlefield. In the midst of the fight, a large scout ship descended directly toward Kira. Liam saw it too late to stop it with words. He ran, leaping onto a rock, and shouted a warning. Kira pivoted just in time, deflecting the blast with her weapon. The sisters fought fiercely, but Liam noticed that their movements, though strong, were predictable to the enemy. He adjusted, giving small signals to distract the ship and create openings. Finally, after what felt like hours, the remaining scouts retreated. Liam's plan had worked. The village was safe, for now. The sisters gathered the team, their expressions a mixture of exhaustion and pride. You have done more than survive, Nira said. You have protected lives. That is what matters. You are not only clever but courageous. That is why we trust you. Liam felt a warmth spread through him. He realized that he had earned their respect not through strength alone, but through observation, planning, and quick thinking. Humans could shine in this world, he thought, not just through brute force but through mind and heart. Tova placed a hand on his shoulder. Remember, the threat is not gone. They will return, and we must always be ready. But today, you proved yourself. You are part of our fight. Kira smiled faintly. You are learning our ways quickly. That is rare. Few outsiders would survive this trial. You have not only survived but excelled. That is why we believe in you. Liam nodded, feeling pride and determination. He thought of the forest, the village, and the sisters. He had faced danger and survived. He had used his mind and courage to make a difference. For the first time since his crash, he felt he truly belonged. That evening, as the sun set over the glowing forest, Liam stood with the sisters on the high platform. The village was quiet, save for now. The stars began to appear, twinkling faintly through the alien trees. Liam looked at the sisters, feeling respect, gratitude, and a strange sense of family. "You saved lives today," Nira said. "That is not easy. Many would fail. But you did not. You have begun to show what humans can do." Liam smiled. "I just did what I could. I want to learn more. I want to help." Tova nodded. "And you will. There is much to learn, and we will teach you. But courage, intelligence, and care, these are what make a protector. You have shown them today." Kira stepped forward. "Tomorrow, you will continue your training. The threat may return, and you must be ready. But know this, we trust you. That trust is precious. Protect it well." As Liam lay down that night, he thought about the day's events. He had faced real danger and survived. He had guided warriors, outsmarted scouts, and protected lives. He realized that humans, even from far-off worlds, could be more than outsiders. They could be heroes, capable of courage, cleverness, and care. The stars shone above the alien forest. Liam closed his eyes, feeling a new sense of purpose. The warrior sisters had tested him, the forest had challenged him, and he had risen to the occasion. Tomorrow would bring new trials, but for the first time, Liam felt ready. He was alive, capable, and part of something greater. And in that moment, he knew one thing clearly: he had found not only a new world but a place where humans could truly shine. The morning air was tense and sharp. Liam stood on the high platform overlooking the village, feeling the weight of what was coming. Scouts had returned overnight, more numerous and organized than before. Their ships hovered low, sending pulses of energy that lit the forest in harsh flashes. The villagers moved with urgency, preparing defenses, but the human could feel the danger in every corner. Nira, Tova, and Kira stood beside him, their expressions focused and calm. "Today," Nira said, her voice steady through the translator, "we defend our home. You have trained, observed, and learned. Now you must act. Use your mind, your courage, and your quick thinking. Every decision matters." Liam swallowed, gripping the edge of the platform. Fear was there, yes, but so was determination. He had survived crashes, faced strange worlds, and learned from these warriors. He would not fail them, nor the village. The first enemy ship descended quickly, larger than the scouts Liam had faced before. Its energy pulses struck the forest, causing small explosions that sent glowing debris into the air. Alarmed villagers scattered, activating energy shields and traps. Liam felt his heart race. He had never faced anything like this, but he remembered the sisters' lessons: observe, plan, act. He turned to the sisters. "We can use the cliffs to slow them. I can guide small teams to create diversions while the main force hits the ship's weak points." Nira nodded, impressed. "Your plan. You lead the small teams. We trust you." Liam directed groups of young warriors, instructing them on how to position energy nets, set traps, and use the terrain to confuse the enemy. He ran alongside them, ducking blasts, pointing out hazards, and helping a young warrior balance on a narrow ledge. His heart pounded, but he focused, remembering every lesson from the sisters. The enemy ship fired again, its blasts shaking the ground. Liam shouted warnings, signaling the teams to move. He spotted a drone attempting to circle behind them. Quickly, he grabbed a vine and swung onto a higher platform, landing near the drone. Using a sharp stick, he knocked it into a pit filled with glowing water. The young warriors cheered silently. Meanwhile, Nira, Tova, and Kira fought alongside the main force. Their movements were precise, each strike calculated. Liam watched them, realizing that they were not only strong but clever. They anticipated enemy moves, protected villagers, and coordinated attacks without words. He tried to emulate them, using both mind and body to make small differences that added up. A second larger ship appeared, firing in bursts. Liam noticed a pattern in its attacks. It hesitated for a moment after each blast. He signaled a team to exploit that pause, placing energy traps along the predicted path. The plan worked. The ship slowed, tangled in the traps, and the sisters' warriors struck, using energy weapons to disable it. Liam's heart leapt. The plan was working. Suddenly, a smaller but faster ship dove toward Kira. Liam shouted a warning. She pivoted and deflected the blast with her weapon, but the force pushed her backward. Without thinking, Liam sprinted forward, leaped, and grabbed a small energy shield from a fallen warrior. He placed it between Kira and the incoming fire. The blast deflected harmlessly into the forest. Kira's eyes widened in surprise, then softened in approval. "You see, human," she said, breathing heavily, "quick thinking saves lives." Liam nodded, feeling a surge of confidence. He was learning to anticipate danger, to act before it became a threat. The sisters had taught him well, but now he was applying it in real battle. The fight continued, fierce and chaotic. Liam moved from team to team, guiding, rescuing, and fighting when needed. A young warrior struggled to place a trap on a moving ship. Liam sprinted, grabbed her hand, and together they finished the task, the trap firing and disabling the enemy drone. Another group struggled to cross a narrow bridge as blasts rained down. Liam coached them, timing their jumps perfectly, and they reached safety. Hours seemed to pass in minutes. Energy flashes lit the forest like lightning, sounds of battle ringing in Liam's ears. But through the chaos, he noticed something remarkable. The sisters were always aware, always ready, yet they trusted him to lead and act. They had given him responsibility, and he had risen to the occasion. Finally, the largest ship, the command vessel, approached. Liam analyzed it quickly. Its energy blasts were slower but stronger. He signaled all teams to focus on traps and diversions while he and a small group would move to the high cliffs. Using rocks and energy nets, they created a barrier that forced the ship into a narrow canyon. Its movements were restricted, and the sisters' warriors attacked from above. The ship faltered, sparks flying from its hull. Liam noticed a weak point near the energy core. He shouted instructions to the team, "Strike together. Aim for the core." The warriors coordinated, using weapons and traps exactly as he planned. A massive pulse of energy erupted from the ship, then silence. The command vessel had fallen. The village erupted in quiet cheers, relief washing over everyone. Liam collapsed to the ground, exhausted, his heart racing but filled with pride. He had faced a real battle, guided warriors, and helped save lives. He looked at the sisters, who stood nearby, their expressions proud. "You have done more than survive," Nira said. "You have protected lives, led others, and thought in ways few could." Today, you have proven what humans can do. Tova nodded. Cleverness, courage, care. You have shown all three. That is why we trust you. Kira stepped forward, a faint smile on her face. You have fought well, human. You are not like most outsiders. You are learning our ways quickly, and you are making a difference. That is rare. Liam felt a warmth in his chest. He realized that he had earned their respect, not through strength alone, but through thinking, planning, and courage. Humans could excel in this world, he thought. They could shine through determination, cleverness, and care. As evening fell, Liam and the sisters walked through the village. The villagers were repairing damage, tending to the wounded, and thanking the warriors. Many of them glanced at Liam, curiosity and respect in their eyes. For the first time, he felt fully accepted. You have done something remarkable today, Nira said. Not all humans could do what you did. You have earned your place here, but remember this, strength alone is not enough. Wisdom, courage, and care are what protect life. Liam nodded. I understand. I want to keep learning and helping. I want to be worthy of your trust. Tova placed a hand on his shoulder. You already are. But there is more to come. This world will always test you. That is how we grow, how we protect. And you, human, are now part of that growth. That night, Liam lay under the glowing canopy, exhausted but exhilarated. He thought of the battle, the forest, the village, and the warrior sisters. He had faced real danger, guided others, and helped protect a world he had only recently discovered. He realized that humans could truly shine here, not by brute force alone, but by using their minds, hearts, and courage. The stars twinkled faintly through the trees. Liam closed his eyes, feeling a deep sense of belonging. He was no longer just a survivor or a visitor. He was part of something larger, something alive, something worth protecting. And he knew, with certainty, that the next day would bring new challenges, and he would face them with courage, cleverness, and care. In that moment, Liam understood the truth of the sisters' words: humans could excel, could protect, and could become heroes even in the most alien of worlds. The morning after the battle, the village was calm, though signs of the fight were still visible. Small burns marred the glowing plants, and patches of the forest floor were trampled. Villagers moved carefully, repairing damaged bridges, tending to small injuries, and restoring the energy fields that protected the settlement. Liam walked alongside Nira, Tova, and Kira, feeling a mixture of pride and humility. You have done well, human, Nira said. Not everyone could survive the forest and face the enemy with courage and wisdom. You have proven yourself. Liam nodded. I just did what I could. I want to keep learning. I want to help more. Tova smiled warmly. Your heart is in the right place. That is just as important as skill or strength. Here, we value both. The forest, our village, and the people, everything must be protected, and you have shown you care. Kira stepped closer. Today, you have earned more than respect. You have earned acceptance. Not as a visitor, but as part of our family. Liam felt a surge of emotion. For so long, he had been lost, far from home, unsure of where he belonged. Now, after training, challenges, and even battle, he realized he had found a place where he could truly belong. He looked at the sisters, their expression serious but soft, and felt a deep connection he had never expected. The sisters led him to the central platform of the village, where the elders gathered. Villagers stood silently, watching as Liam approached. The elders were taller than most, their armor lighter, their faces marked with lines of wisdom and experience. Nira stepped forward and spoke through the translator device. This human, Liam, has proven himself. He has survived the forest, learned our ways, and helped protect our village from those who would harm us. We ask that he be accepted as one of us. There was a pause. Liam looked around, feeling the eyes of the villagers on him. He had never felt so exposed, yet so welcomed. The elders nodded slowly, their faces serious but approving. Liam, one of the elders said, "Your actions have shown courage, intelligence, and care. You are not merely a visitor. You are part of this village. From this day forward, you are one of us." A cheer rose quietly among the villagers. Liam's heart swelled. He had come from a world far away, crash-landed on an alien planet, and now he was being accepted as part of a community, a family. The sisters smiled, and Nira spoke softly to him. "This is only the beginning. Acceptance comes with responsibility. You will continue to learn, to protect, and to grow. We believe you can do it." Liam nodded, feeling the weight of her words but also the strength they gave him. He was ready to embrace this new life fully. After the ceremony, the sisters took him on a tour of the village. Liam noticed how much care went into every detail. Bridges, platforms, and energy fields were maintained carefully. The glowing plants were not just decoration, they helped power the village and supported its defenses. Children and young warriors practiced, always supervised, always learning. Liam realized that this village thrived not just because of strength, but because of wisdom, care, and community. As they walked, Liam began to notice the bonds between villagers. They helped each other, shared knowledge, and protected one another. He understood why the sisters had chosen to trust him. They saw not just his courage, but his willingness to learn, to help, and to be part of something larger than himself. Later, Liam joined the sisters at the training grounds. Young warriors practiced their skills, and Liam felt a new sense of purpose. He helped instruct them, sharing lessons he had learned from both the sisters and his own human experience. He showed them new ways to think, to plan, and to anticipate dangers. The sisters watched quietly, proud of how he had grown. "You are teaching them well," Kira said softly. "Humans see things differently, and that is valuable. You are helping the village become stronger in ways we could not alone." Liam smiled, feeling both pride and humility. "I just want to help. I want to be useful." Nira placed a hand lightly on his shoulder. "You are already useful. More than that, you are part of our family. Remember, family means protecting, learning, and growing together. You have shown all three today." As evening approached, the village gathered once more. This time, it was not for battle or ceremony, but for celebration. Villagers shared food, stories, and laughter. Liam felt warmth spread through him as he watched. He realized that he had found a community that valued courage, intelligence, and care, not just physical strength. The sisters sat with him, their presence comforting. Nira spoke softly. "You have learned much, human. You have faced dangers, helped protect our people, and now you are accepted. But remember, life here is a constant journey. You will continue to grow, and we will guide you." Tova added, "The forest, our village, and the world beyond will always challenge you. But you have shown that you are capable. That is why we trust you, and why we welcome you." Kira smiled faintly. "You are no longer just a visitor, Liam. You are part of this family, part of this village, and part of the fight to protect our home." That is a rare honor. Liam felt tears welling in his eyes. He had come from a world far away, lost and alone. Now he had found a place where he belonged, people who trusted him, and a purpose that filled him with pride. He looked at the sisters and the villagers, feeling a connection stronger than anything he had known. I will do my best, he said quietly. I will learn, I will protect, and I will never let you down. Nira smiled softly. We know you will. That is why you are one of us. The evening continued with quiet joy. Liam walked through the village, observing the repairs, the children playing, and the bonds between villagers. He felt a deep sense of belonging and purpose. For the first time since his crash, he realized that he was not alone, not just a survivor, but a valued part of something larger. As night fell, Liam lay under the glowing canopy of the forest. Stars shimmered through the trees, and the village hummed softly with life. He thought of the sisters, the villagers, and the lessons of the past days. He understood that acceptance was more than words, it was trust, responsibility, and connection. And he had earned it. For the first time in a long time, Liam felt truly at home. He was ready to face whatever the forest, the world, and the unknown might bring. He was no longer just a human lost on an alien planet. He was part of a family, part of a community, and part of something worth protecting. And in that moment, he knew with certainty that he had found a place where humans could shine, not through strength alone, but through courage, intelligence, and care. The morning sun bathed the village in soft golden light. Liam stood at the edge of the central platform, looking over the forest. It was quiet now, peaceful, but he knew that life here was never static. Danger could return, but so could discovery, growth, and learning. Today felt different, though. Today marked not just survival, but a new chapter in his life. Nira, Tova, and Kira joined him silently, their presence steady and comforting. Liam turned to them. I think I am ready, he said. Ready to be more than a student. Ready to be part of this world, fully. Nira's green eyes softened. You already are, human. You have learned quickly, faced danger, and proven your courage, intelligence, and care. Today, you embrace the life you were meant to have here. Tova smiled warmly. Being part of a family, part of a village, means more than training or fighting. It means sharing responsibilities, protecting life, and understanding others. You have done all of this. Kira nodded. You have grown stronger in mind and heart. Now, you will take on new roles, help guide others, and continue to defend and nurture this world. That is what it means to belong. Liam felt a rush of pride mixed with humility. He thought of the forest, the village, the warriors, and the villagers. Every lesson, every challenge, every battle had shaped him. He was no longer the lost human who had crashed into an alien world. He was a protector, a learner, and a trusted part of a community that valued life in every form. The sisters led him through the village. Children ran past, waving and smiling. Young warriors practiced in the training grounds, greeting him with respect. Villagers looked at him with quiet admiration, some bowing slightly, others nodding in acknowledgement. Liam realized that he had earned their trust, not through words or strength alone, but through action, thought, and courage. At the village center, the elders awaited. Liam approached, feeling a mixture of excitement and solemnity. The chief elder stepped forward, her eyes kind but discerning. Liam, she said, you have faced the forest, survived its dangers, fought alongside our warriors, and guided others with wisdom. You have proven that humans, though from afar, can embody courage, intelligence, and care. Today, you are fully part of this village. Your life is intertwined with ours, and your role is vital. Liam bowed his head slightly, humbled by her words. I will do my best. I will protect this village, learn its ways, and grow with you all. The elder nodded, and the villagers applauded softly. It was a celebration not of spectacle, but of belonging, of acceptance, and of shared purpose. Liam felt tears prick at his eyes. He had traveled far, survived loss and fear, and now he had found a home where he was valued, trusted, and respected. After the ceremony, Nira, Tova, and Kira walked with him to the forest edge. Liam looked out over the dense, glowing trees. He felt a deep connection to the world around him, the forest, the creatures, the energy that pulsed through everything. He realized that this was not just a home, but a responsibility. He would protect it, nurture it, and help it thrive. Nira spoke softly. The forest and our village will always challenge us. Danger may return, and growth is never ending. But now, you are part of it. You understand its rhythms and its life. That understanding makes you strong. Tova added, you have shown care for others, cleverness in thought, and courage in action. These are what make a protector, and now, you are one of us. Kira smiled faintly. You are no longer a visitor. You belong. The forest, the village, and our people will be safer because of you. Liam took a deep breath. He felt the wind on his face, the warmth of the sun, and the quiet strength of the sisters beside him. He realized that he had grown not only as a fighter but as a thinker, a leader, and a friend. Humans could adapt, learn, and shine even in worlds far beyond their own. As the day progressed, Liam helped the villagers rebuild and strengthen the village. He guided young warriors in training, showing them strategies he had learned, helping them think creatively and act decisively. He worked with villagers to repair energy fields, stabilize platforms, and ensure that the forest's balance was preserved. Every task he undertook reminded him that belonging meant contribution, and contribution meant growth. That evening, the village gathered around a central fire. The glow of the flames mixed with the soft light of the forest, creating a serene, almost magical atmosphere. Liam sat with the sisters, watching as the villagers shared stories of the day, laughter echoing softly through the trees. He realized that he had become part of a living, breathing community, one that thrived because of courage, intelligence, care, and connection. Nero leaned close to him. You have done well, Liam. The forest and the village are safer, stronger, and wiser because of you. Remember this feeling. Remember that humans can make a difference, wherever they are. Tova placed a hand on his shoulder. This is your home now. You have proven yourself, and you will continue to grow. The lessons are never finished, but you are ready for them. Kira smiled, a rare warmth in her eyes. The future is bright, human. You belong here. That is the most important truth of all. Liam nodded, feeling a deep sense of peace. For the first time in his life, he truly understood what it meant to belong. He had faced fear, danger, and uncertainty, yet he had grown stronger, wiser, and more capable. He had earned the trust of warriors, elders, and villagers alike. He was part of a family, a community, and a world that valued life in all its forms. As night fell, Liam lay beneath the glowing canopy of the forest. Stars shimmered through the leaves, and the village hummed softly with life. He thought of the sisters, the villagers, and the journey he had taken from a lost human to a trusted protector. He realized that humans, even from distant worlds, could shine brightly when they acted with courage, intelligence, and care. A gentle breeze brushed his face, carrying the scent of glowing plants and fresh water. Liam closed his eyes, feeling a sense of completeness he had never known. He was no longer just surviving. He was thriving. He belonged. And in that quiet moment, surrounded by the life of the forest and the warmth of the village, Liam knew that a new chapter had begun, a chapter full of possibility, responsibility, and hope. He had found a place where he could grow, protect, and shine, and he knew that humans could leave their mark even in the most alien of worlds. The warrior sisters stood silently nearby, watching over him. Their presence was a promise, a bond, and a reminder that together, they could face any challenge. Liam smiled, feeling that bond deeply. He was home. And he was ready for everything the future would bring.